On this episode of Phoenix News, we highlight our upcoming Spirit Week, celebrate some unknown national holidays, and announce our influential teacher. All of this and more.
Welcome back to Phoenix News. I'm Emma Skirvin.
And I'm Olivia LaRue. As we're beginning to wrap up the school year, we're starting to get excited about all the fun events going around DTSOI. Prom, Spirit Week, pep rallies, and of course, graduation.
That's right, and I know everyone here is counting down the days till summer. I know I am.
Me too. But we are very excited to help announce our school Spirit Week in preparation for our first off-campus prom taking place on April 11th.
Phoenix News reporter Raquel Fields is here to tell us a little about the upcoming prom and Spirit Week.
Hello, my name is Raquel Fields and I'm reporting for Phoenix News. As the school year begins to wind down, we're excited to announce this year's upcoming prom and Spirit Week. Spirit Week will take place from April 7th to the 11th. The Spirit Week days are as follows. Monday is our character day. Dress up as your favorite character from a movie, TV show, or book. Tuesday is Adam Sandler Day. Break out your jorts, basketball shorts, and big baggy tees in honor of the infamous Mr. Sandler. Wednesday is Camel Day. Blend in and turn invisible with your favorite camo gear. Thursday is Throwback Thursday. Take it back to any decade of your choosing. Now seniors, special tip, use this day to remember your first ever day of school before you leave. Friday, in honor of our Olympics-themed pep rally, dress as the color of your lanyard. The pep rally will take place during prime time in the wood floor gym. Bring your spirit with you as you cheer on your fellow classmates in this year's Olympic Games. Now, for the moment everyone's been waiting for, drumroll please, prom. Though we're all very excited for DTSOI's first ever off-campus prom, there are some rules we as a school need to follow. 1. Each student must have a school-issued ID for entry. 2. Entry doors are open from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Unfortunately, there will be no admittance after 8:30. 3. Any date that is not a DTSOI student needs approval form turned into the East office no later than 3 p.m. on April 9th. 4. There is no re-entry to the event. 5. All students will go through a security checkpoint before entry, which includes but is not limited to bag and coat checks and metal detector wands. 6. All guests must have a school-issued ID as well. 7. All school rules and expectations still apply. Even though we have to follow these rules, the most important thing is to have fun. Tickets are on sale now for $35. Scan the QR code hanging anywhere around the school to purchase them online. We hope you will attend this year's prom, the Gilda Gala, on April 11th at the Apollo and Emma Street from 7 to 10 p.m. See you there.
Thank you, Raquel, for informing our student body about the exciting events taking place in April.
You know, Olivia, we aren't the only people celebrating.
You're right. Our Phoenix News producers have gathered up information about national holidays. Let's turn our attention to them.
Every day is something special for someone somewhere out in this world. Some examples of this could be their birthdays of others or for themselves, anniversaries that they would like to celebrate that they've been doing. There are also some obscure holidays that people like to celebrate during each day, week, or month. Some examples of this are Doggy Date Night National Appreciation Week, or Pride in Food Service that will be happening on February 3rd.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Easter. Big Easter guy. I like doing the egg hunts. I like getting the big old basket of chocolate and stuff. So that's my main holiday I'm looking forward to.
Summer, because I get to spend more time with my family because I don't have to worry about school and stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to St. Patrick's Day.
The holidays that I know of are obviously Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Valentine's Day, and Easter.
I know like a lot, like for example, one that isn't like really like in the calendar is like Cupcake Day, which is like December 15th.
Holidays do I know of? I mean, I hope all of them. All the ones that we get off of school, I'm sure, but Christmas, Easter, February 14th, what's that, Valentine's Day?
Like Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, like the normal ones.
I mean, I wish opening week of deer season was a holiday.
A holiday that I wish existed was It's one day where you can get to eat as much free food as you want.
A day where like you get to spend like time with your like family, like instead of like it being like Thanksgiving, it's just a normal day that you can spend your time with your family.
I wish there was like a National Red 40 Day, like we have snacks from Red 40. Yeah.
But just like how we have days and weeks that we like to celebrate throughout the year, there are also months that we like to celebrate throughout the year also, like how for this February we're going to be talking about Black History Month. But some of the other months that you can also celebrate during that month is Teen Dating Violence Awareness, or Pull Your Sofa Off the Wall Month, Love for the Bus, National Snack Food, and National Blawbuster. If you want more information on holidays and other stuff like that, you can go to the websites that we used. National Day Calendar, which will be talking about all the holidays that happen either weekly or during months that you want to know of.
Whoa, I didn't realize there were that many national holidays.
I didn't either, but let's take a step back into our DTSOI community. Here at DTSOI, we offer a wide range of classes. From industrial to culinary to medical, we have it all. But some classes that don't get enough attention are AP classes.
Let's hand it off to Jacob Moffitt as he guides us through the world of AP classes here at DTSOI.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Social studies. From history to the government to how the world works, it's a rich subject. In this video, we interview 4 AP teachers to tell you why you should join the AP Social Studies classes.
We cover United States history from 1491 all the way to the present day. We learn about history and the connections that have followed America throughout its foundation. We look at political cartoons, we read lots of pieces of legislation and things like that.
So the AP class that I teach is called AP American Government and Politics, and that class is a broad scope from the founding of our country all the way up to modern day. We talk about the presidency, the legislature, the Supreme Court, as well as how all of those things work together to make our government.
AP Human Geography is a class kind of about like the world that we live in and how as humans we've impacted the world around us. So we get to look at a lot of different aspects of that. So some of it being like agriculture is the unit we're in right now. We'll look at like politics and different cultures around the world.
Okay, so the course is Advanced Placement World History, and it is a college level course that begins in the year 1200 and goes all the way up to modern times.
Some advantages to taking a push, which we call it kind of in slang, is you get the GPA boost just like you would in any other AP class. You still get all of those transferable skills that are going to be really beneficial in a collegiate level course later on down the line. When you take the test in May and you pass with a 3, a 4, or a 5, almost all universities will take that and they will apply it as college credit, which will keep you from paying for that class in college, which is really nice to not to pay the tuition and the books and all the other fees that come along with it.
So it has a lot of impact on how we interact with our country, with our lawmakers, and with policies as they're implemented.
I would argue AP Human Geography is one of the like social studies AP courses that like directly relates to the world that we're living in right now, right? So when we look at our culture unit, we're looking at cultures that are existing right now in the world. We're looking at different foods and places. We're looking at how our food that we eat today is made and where that came from. And so I would argue that everything we do in AP Human Geography can relate to exactly where we're at right now in the real world, which I think is really cool.
Particularly when it comes to the skills required, the writing skills that are required. I've had students, past students of mine, approach me that are now college students and tell me that the skills that they learned, particularly in dealing with primary and secondary documents and the writing skills, have helped them academically in college. So that's a real world application.
All right, that's a wrap.
Cool.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that was good. All right, well, that's a wrap. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Good.
That's it.
Wow, there's way more AP classes than I thought, and they couldn't run as smoothly as they do without their amazing teachers.
Speaking of amazing teachers, this edition of Phoenix News' Influential Teachers has been a special edition for 4 years now.
Let's see who the lucky winner could be.
My name is Tatum Lawson. It's spelled Tatum-Lawson, and I am a special education teacher. Yeah, so my dad was actually an aide for special education when I was in high school. So I got to observe him and work with the students there, and that really inspired me to be a special ed teacher. And I went to the University of Arkansas to do that, and I was an intern at Don Tyson School of Innovation when I was a senior, and it was awesome. So I just ended up being a teacher here, and I love it.
Miss Lawson is someone that pretty much is like a teacher that pretty much specializes in special needs, but also she with transitional skills we get to travel, we get to learn pretty much how to make money, make resumes, and pretty much learn pretty much how to succeed in a job and in a job environment.
So I co-teach math classes with Mr. Johnson, specifically quantitative reasoning and geometry.
It's really been impressive to see the way that she can work with students individually and help them understand and really help them grow. I was blown away last year at the growth that I got to see in our students from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So I've really enjoyed working with her on that end.
Ms. Lawson's a great teacher because she can explain stuff like Algebra 2 in really good layman's terms, and it's just really easy to understand. I feel like if anybody has your class, it'll be good.
I remember having these awful days, and pretty much she's like a resource I can go talk to about I guess just life in general, and she's been a fun person to talk to.
Thank you to Ms. Lawson for being an amazing teacher and coach here at DTSOI.
And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of Phoenix News.
See you in the next one.